just some technical difficulties, but what matters is that we're here now. And welcome to a new episode of Wrestle at Ringside podcast. Again, I'm Javier.
And I am the Rose City Kid.
Yes, sir. And today we're going to get right into it. We're going to talk about these WWE releases that just happened, because there's some big releases that happen and it kind of just do shock in the whole wrestling world. Some of them I am upset about. So just some notable names from the main roster are Kairi Sane, the Wyatt Six, Santos Escobar, Motor City Machine Guns, Aleister Black, and Zelina Vega, who Aleister Black was just brought back to WWE last year, so he had a short return stint with the company. We have Apollo Crews, Zoe Stark, and Abba Fire are some notable names. And then going down to the NXT developmental brand, we have Andre Chase, Dante Chen, Tyra May Steele, Serena Linton, Tyson DuPoint, Tyreek Igwe, Chris Island, Malik Braid, Trill London, and Luca Crucifino. So Joel, I don't know about you, but some of these notable names I am upset about that they were released. And I just want to go to the biggest one I was upset about, because I sent you a text about it right away. And I have to go with the Wyatt Six.
Let's get into that. How exactly you feeling and why?
So I feel the Wyatt Six. So this is a team comprised of Bo Dallas, Nikki Cross, Joe Gacy, and Eric Rowan. So you already knew I was always a Bray Wyatt fan. So Bray Wyatt, he was the leader of the original Wyatt family who came to the main roster in 2012, who kind of fit that Undertaker role. I'm not saying that he's a new Undertaker because he is his own character, and but he fit like the horror, phenom role in WWE, the horror character. And if you look at Bray Wyatt and just his amazing mind, how WWE, they kind of screwed with him his whole career. He had the cult leader gimmick, the Eater of Worlds, and then they kept making him lose big matches, and then that turned into the Fiend Bray Wyatt, which he created. He had to take some time off. Again, they fumbled the bag with him, released him. They brought him back 2023, and it felt like a new start, but unfortunately Bray Wyatt, he got sick and he passed away. And the Wyatt Six was a plan that he had, and his brother Bo Dallas, which was, he was able to bring his brother back into the WWE back in 2022 when Bray did return to the company. And he had this whole character and this whole idea with this Wyatt Six group, which they're able to bring to WWE a year after his brother has passed away. And I think they did a disservice with the Wyatt Six. I think that the creative plans that they had for them was really underwhelming. They had an amazing debut, and I definitely wanted to see a lot more from Bo Dallas, aka Uncle Howdy, and the group, but they kept making them lose the few feuds that they're only in. The first one they won, but the one against Final Testament and then one against the MFTs, they lost both of them. And they never really knew what to do with them. But this is why they needed us. Because we could have gave them some ideas for the Wyatt Six. And for those, like, those supernatural characters, there's so much that you could do with them. And I think, they just didn't know how to use them. And I think the Wyatt Six should have been used as a villain group. And they could have, Uncle Howdy could have had singles feuds with some of the top stars, some of the top faces in WWE. I think they fumbled the bag big time, and it was really sad to see. So those were my thoughts about it.
Definitely fumbled the bag. Speaking of their debut, I'm still trying to figure out how Chad Gable survived that. But I guess we'll never really find that out.
Yeah, that was a story that has never really been finished. And we know what Chad Gable's doing now. Actually, I don't know what Chad Gable's doing now.
Yeah, what do you mean you know what he's doing now, huh?
I don't know. I have no inside info. I just know the original El Grande Americano came back, and he's kind of built like Chad Gable, but I don't think that's him.
No, it can't be. Can't be. Chad Gable was like I said, man. But no, I mean, I I definitely feel like they did something big with him at first, and then just immediately gave up.
Yeah,
Cause I'll be real with y'all. I did not pay attention to their feud with the MFTs like that. I couldn't. It was the same thing. It got repetitive,
yeah,
which is how I feel about the bloodline. But we'll get to that later. But yeah, it's sad that like you had something that could have been big, and you decided to just give up before you even really tried. The
yeah.
presentation was there. It was just a matter of, okay, what do we do with y'all now?
The
And they
aura was
didn't seem to
there.
care. Yeah, I don't know. It sucks to see them like just not care about certain talent when that talent can make you money, and
Exactly.
clearly TKO loves their money.
Exactly. And also, like, I like the part that you brought up, like, with the feud, you weren't really into it. And I think in the beginning when they first came, that feud with American Made, with Chad Gable and his group, it felt good. Like that was a pretty good feud. Like we were, the Y6 just came on. They massacred like the whole backstage in Chad Gable, and you had this feud which was pretty good. But then after that, it just started feeling underwhelming. They had that loss to Final Testament with the Miz. They disappeared. Then they came back and they had a tag team run, which is pretty cool, but it still felt kind of underwhelming. And then they had the feud with the Y6, or the feud with the MFTs, and that feud did go along just for the payout to be kind of whack. The payout was kind of whack for the end of that feud, which led to their release. And I think, just the group dynamic kind of threw it off. There's a lot they could have done with it, but they didn't know what to do with it. And I think Uncle Howdy should have had more single feuds. And of course, like his group, they could have went after other championships, like as they did. But Bo Dallas, as I was telling you before, Bo Dallas, we know he can wrestle. We've seen his matches, when he was on NXT in his early days on the main roster. And I think they could have had Bo Dallas wrestle and break out Uncle Howdy for big feuds, like how Bray Wyatt did with the Fiend, and that way the Uncle Howdy character could feel special and stronger. But I think there's a lot they could have done, and he's good on the mic. Even before he was on the Y6, when he was believed, he was pretty good on the mic. So I would have liked to see him go up against someone like Cody Rhodes. One of the top stars in the company, potentially a feud with Jika Fatu, that would have been cool. See Uncle Howdy and Jika Fatu go at it, and I think it would have it makes sense for him against those bigger guys to bring out the Uncle Howdy character, who can be a stronger version of Bo Dallas. But sadly, he was released. If he comes back, that would be amazing. But if he wanted to be released, that's also fine. I also respect that.
Yeah.
But the Y6, forever love y'all. But
So you mentioned the team earlier, and now people might think that I'm gonna bring up Motor City Machine Guns, which I am sad about that too, because yeah, they how can you not like them? They're tough in the ring, but Kyrie Sane. The Kabuki Warriors are no longer a thing. That's just like that for no reason. No reason. That's sad because they're in the middle of a feud, and now all of a sudden, well, I mean, most of even the Y6 were in the middle of a feud, but in the middle of a feud, and it's just gone for what exactly? Just cause. budget cuts, even though apparently they're making. I don't know. I don't get it.
So I like that you brought that up because Kyrie Sane was really she was in the middle of something with Asuka, and it looked like she was
Yeah,
gonna break out and potentially have a feud against Asuka. This was all leading to Asuka versus Io Sky, which I'm excited for. But
which
I felt
Kyrie could have interfered. You know what I mean? And
it
then
felt
she could have
unfinished.
like whooped Oscar one time for the one time.
It's unfinished. You never know the ending
Exactly. They
between
better.
Asuka and Kyrie Sane and Io Sky, the dynamic between those three. We get the payoff between
They
Asuka and Io Sky, but Kyrie Sane played a big part all these months, and now, she was released. And
literally.
I did see, like a rumor that she was reportedly let go after indicating a desire to return to Japan. So if that was her choice,
She denied
definitely
that though.
respected. But I'm like,
Yeah, no,
man,
she denied it. She was like, "That's just not the case."
yeah.
Which,
And
yeah,
hopefully to see
yeah,
her wrestle in Japan. But
hopefully it is back.
yeah, but I wonder if you could get into like some of these other wrestlers. I'm mostly into the main roster ones that I want to focus on. So we have Santos Escobar, Aleister Black, with Zelina Vega, Apollo Cruz, Zoe Stark, and Alba Fire. Any of those wrestlers you like to talk about or touch base on? Um, no, there's something like, yeah, we should talk about it. There's something like, I'm okay, but
Yeah, like no disrespect, but half of them I can't name a single match that I've seen from them, to be completely honest. Like Andre Chase, I can't tell you who it is. I know I'm guessing from Chase University, but other than that, Dante Chen, I have no clue. Malik Blade, I don't know. Again, no disrespect. I just
yeah, they were
I
NXT
don't
people.
know. Yeah, like I don't know really much of NXT people or anything like that.
And I like,
And
Andre Chase. I watched a little bit of NXT here and there, and I watched Andre Chase over the years, ever since
yeah,
they, made the huge revamp in NXT where they bought guys like now Braun Breaker in the main roster, Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams. All those guys came up in the same time, and Andre Chase was someone that came up with them. And I like this character, Chase University, having his own college, his own student section,
yeah,
and his own students who wrestle with him. But I didn't see it going past NXT, so I wasn't really shocked about his release because I know NXT they want to focus on making stars for the future, and if they'll see being up on the main roster, then it's like, hey, we gotta invest in the future. But someone I do want to talk about is Apollo Cruz. Someone who's been with
yeah.
WWE for the longest, and we really seen him rise when he had the Nigerian King gimmick, which was pretty
But
cool.
it's
And
crazy. This almost it's not a deep cut, but like it's almost at that point. It's been a
yeah,
couple years.
yeah, like something we've seen coming. I think that he showed what he can do. Like we know he can wrestle, but when he had that character, the Nigerian King, Nigerian Prince gimmick, like you said, okay,
Yeah,
like he was interesting, and I just kind of see him fall off after he won the IC title. Sadly, from Biggie, because I was hyped that Biggie was the IC champion, but once he lost that title, it just went downhill for him. We've never seen him, back at the top again. So that one was coming, but I liked Apollo Crews. I really enjoyed that gimmick,
yeah.
and I see why they had to release him because the Nigerian ruler, he's now arrived. So I'm like, all right, I'm not too
What his little
upset.
cousin,
Obafemi has now arrived.
Obafemi, what Obafemi little brother gonna do? I'm just a
Yeah, it's like
sorry, Apollo. That's just how it is.
You just have to step aside.
Hey,
But the
you ain't
next
the
one
one
is
with Brock
Aleister Black
Lesnar.
as
I don't
Zelina
give a fuck.
Vega. I know in the
All right, real quick,
oh, you go first. Go ahead.
real quick. Listen, I just Aleister Black. He's good in ring. Cool. I like him. Gimmick is cool. You know, it's whatever. A lot of supernatural stuff, like gimmicks, have not been that great in recent years, which really sucks. Cause like it would be cool to have another character like that. Like Bray Wyatt did work to an extent, but I mean, obviously, there's nobody touching Undertaker when it comes to these type of gimmicks.
Yeah,
I feel that if they take what his current gimmick was, and then I mean, he was kind of like this, where he has like a Sean O'Hare type of gimmick as well, like the Devil's Advocate. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like that
yeah,
works for him. So if they were able to like take that and like just truly just expand on that, but then again, the issue with that is that that's what they were doing with Karrion Cross. So now it's like, all right, now they're probably looking at you like Cross is probably looking at them like, oh, crazy, yeah, technical difficulties.
it's all good.
But yeah, I feel like it's a loss to the roster, but at the same time, if they got rid of Cross and then they got rid of Aleister Black and Zelina, like they weren't gonna do anything with either.
Yeah, and I do want to say to that when they did bring it back, I kind of didn't see a point. Teamed them up with Zelina Vega. They started to seem like they're doing what Karrion Cross and Scarlett were doing. Kind of just seemed similar, trying to get to other
Yeah,
superstars' heads, and I was like, at that point, just bring back Karrion Cross, and it just didn't. Like I'm not, it's sad when wrestlers get released, but I don't feel like there was going to be a huge impact on the main roster for a lot of these names. I know Zoe Stark, she was out injured, but when she was on the main roster, just didn't really
ain't gonna lie.
like feel, you know what I mean? Like she didn't really. It's not someone who I was like focused on, like really like convince me like, oh, this is gonna be a champion one day. She had the look, but when it came to the mic skills, it just wasn't there. So Alba Fire, she was with Chelsea Green, so she's more of a side person. Even though she wasn't, I remember her work from NXT.
Yeah,
She could offer more, but it's kind of sad. Chelsea Green had her posse, and now someone from her posse is now gone. So I was a little sad about
yeah, you already know
that.
you know what I mean. Which sucks because Chelsea Green could definitely do a lot more than what they're allowing her to.
Yeah,
But you get the glass ceiling. Mm. You can't get over for yourself. Sorry, Zack Ryder.
yeah.
Like, is
Also, shout
it
out to
is
my
funny though
boy.
too.
Wait, sorry, let me cut you off, but I
Like,
just opened the chat, and I just want to say shout out to my boy, Fluno Kev. He said, "Yo," so what's up, man? Always forget to pull up the chat, but you could continue.
quick side note too. I know I look like I got the suds. Your boy got out of work this morning. Have not slept, but I'm here. You mean dedication, baby? We here. We trying to make this work.
That's facts. I thought
But
you were
back
off
to what I was
today.
saying. Nah. Well, I mean, I am, but yeah,
Yeah, I know
you
what
know
you
how it is
mean.
overnight.
Yeah,
Yeah. But back to what I was saying. I'm gonna be real. I lost my train of thought a little bit. You remember what I was talking about?
yeah. So we're just talking about Chelsea Green.
Yes. Thank you. But yeah, I think it's pretty ironic that they didn't want Zack Ryder to get over on his own, and now who is with Zack Ryder? Well, I guess Matt Cardona, but who exactly is with him? And they don't want them getting over by themselves. Hmm. I don't know. Coincidence? I think not. Conspiracy? Maybe. But hear me out. I think I'm right. I think there's something going on about that, or something going on with that.
It is because, as we saw in WWE when Real, when Hayes said that Chelsea has a role, and it's kind of she's there to put other people over to make other people look good. And we see in Chelsea, like if you haven't seen her matches outside WWE, look back into Lucha Underground because she could wrestle. And I think that she has the fans behind her. I think that she could potentially be either holding the WWE Women's title or holding the WWE Women's World Heavyweight title. You know, I do see her holding that title. It's just a matter of when. And it's kind of sad. After we saw that, like, it was like, dang, they already have, like, where she wants to be. Like, they just said it. Like, Chelsea has a role, and I was surprised that they just said it about a super. Usually that stuff is kept low-key. But, you know, Hayes just said it. Like, he put it out there. Like, this is her role. She's just there to put other superstars over and make them look good to create stars. And, some people, that's their role. But for Chelsea, it's just like, dang.
It sucks.
Bino, what's up? Benoski.
Like, I also feel like it was like that with Kofi too. They were kind of just like, "All right, here, take the title." Then and then they made him lose it immediately. But it's like, come on, Kofi been in the company for so long. Kofi is so over, and they just treated him like it was nothing.
Yeah, like he got the title, but yeah, after that it kind of just faded out. Same thing with Biggie. After Biggie lost the title, he went back to the tag team. He got injured. They should have put him back in the tag team. He would have still been wrestling.
That's the crazy part too. Like he loses the title, in a squash match essentially. And it acts
Yeah,
like nothing happens.
against two. He lost it.
You know I was waiting for it.
Yeah,
I had to pull it up. My mouse was right there.
Brock Lesnar. He took out all the all the black champions. He took out The Rock when he first came. Kofi Kingston, Big E, Bobby Lashley. Even though Bobby Lashley got injured in the Elimination Chamber, but the one person he couldn't be was Oba. You don't always have to bring Oba back into this, but what? I'm glad Chelsea Green is still in the company, and hopefully they pull the trigger with her.
Yeah, they got to do something with her.
And I said after,
How do you feel about?
Oh no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, how do you feel about the women's division like as a whole?
The women's division overall.
Yeah.
So I feel like let me just start with Raw. I think the main title scene is fine with Liv Morgan as a champion. She's still feuding with Stephanie Vaquer, but I see cracks with the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day, for you guys that don't know, Liv Morgan, Raquel, and Roxanne Perez. We're starting to see cracks, and we're seeing Finn get involved. Like, hey, Roxy, don't be a fool like I was. So I think they're playing the season now. I think either Raquel or Roxanne are going to be the ones to get that title next. And I'm here for it.
I'm glad you brought that up because I've been saying it. Raquel needs the title.
Yeah.
Do something with her. Make it like elevate her. Like make her, I don't know, like don't get me wrong. All right. On the mic, could be a bit better. But I think she can play the big, like the tall
The monster.
wrestler. You know what I mean? Like the Kevin Nash type of, yeah,
The
Kevin Nash type of
monstrous.
character. I didn't really know what to call it. Yeah. I didn't want to call it like I don't know. I just felt like anyway I was gonna say that was gonna sound crazy offensive. So I was like I didn't the Kevin Nash one. Like I don't know something.
The monstrous. But yeah, I see what you mean.
But yeah, like nah, I definitely I want to I want to see what they do with her. I feel like if she gets a little more comfortable and gets her flow with being on the mic, like I don't see how it couldn't be a good thing. You know what I mean? They just got to build her up properly, continue to build her up properly.
Exactly. Even if it's not like a
It's not like
super long, like even if it's not a super long like title run, but she could have, some defenses and a couple good feuds. That'll be
yeah,
okay. But I like to see her. I would like to see her hold the title. And like usually like the bigger wrestlers, in this case like the Nia Jaxes, um, Raquel herself, they always use like the bigger wrestlers to put over to make someone else look strong. So like talk
yeah,
about for the guys for example like a Big Show. Big Show he created a lot of stars. Someone like Omos, you haven't seen him for a little bit, but when he was being used, he was mostly there to make others look strong. And when it comes to those bigger wrestlers, that's what they're mostly used for. But they do need their time to shine. Realistically, they look like Raquel looks like she could run through that woman roster. She looks like someone that needs to like be a champion. She looks like a champion. So,
we had this.
you know,
Yeah, because I'm like literally like she has the look like I said, just once she gets more comfortable on the mic, I feel like they can really just strap a rocket to her and just see how far they go.
yes,
Cause for real, what else can you do with the Judgment Day at this point?
I know they need
It's
to
just
end. I'm tired of it.
seriously.
I was like, they're
First,
not they're not powerful anymore. Finn left. I'm not happy about that. So we're gonna see a lot more from Finn. Finn, the good guy, has returned. But yeah, Raquel, definitely want her to be champion. Roxanne Perez, I definitely want her to be champion one day. She had amazing work in NXT. So and
yeah,
she kind of felt like a background character for Liv, and even a little bit of Raquel, like the third wheel. So it just looks like I definitely want to see more from her, and I think her turning face, I think that would be good, and I think Finn's starting to plant that, so I'm excited for that. When it comes to Becky
you
Lynch,
didn't even end up with a little tag team kind of thing, like how Damien and Rhea ended up.
yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that from time. Not like heavily forced, but like how their relationship is. Like they're not always
Yeah,
together, but sometimes they do segments from time to time. No, that would be cool, but
yeah,
they want to see them like partnered all the time because I want them to shine on their own. They're in a group for too long. I don't want to see them in no tag team, no group. Just please by themselves. But that'd be cool. Like from time to time, yeah, they have each other's back, like how Damien and Rhea do.
yeah.
Yeah, anything you want to say about that? Or
To
should we
be
move on to
honest,
the next woman?
yeah, I just until they really do something crazy with the Judgment Day, I don't know. I just feel like there's too much to say. That's what sucks about it too, because like Judgment Day used to be so good. Like I feel like there was always just something to talk about. Like whether it was just who they attacked, whether it was just how they want to match, how they were treating each other, just whatever. But now, bro, it's just
Yes, it's overdone.
dang, yeah, way too overdone. Once
And
Carlito was gone, bro.
yeah, that honestly was it. Like there's a little bit after Damon and Rhea left, but after that, they had their feud. Makes sense, but after that, after a while, I'm just like, I'm ready just for Judgment Day to disband. But
Yeah, for
one person I do want to bring up. So going back into Raw, next we have the IC Championship, the Women's IC Championship with Becky Lynch, and she beat AJ Lee at WrestleMania, and AJ Lee put out an Instagram post, thanking Becky Lynch, just for the match at WrestleMania. The past matches that they did have, like pushing AJ Lee. As she did get back into WWE last year. And then she also thanked Carla and Aofi, which is the real names of Roxanne Perez and Lyra Valkyria. And I don't think this is a goodbye because AJD said, hey, I'm going to have to whoop you guys in the ring. Whoop you guys in the ring sometime, one of these days. And, she thinks someone else named Pam. And she said, thank you to my AJ Legion, which are her fans, which she paid tribute through her entrance at WrestleMania. But she said Legion. I think now she's gonna have problems with Michin because Michin's husband, who was previously in WWE, Keith Lee, that was his term, the Legion. So that's also could set up for something pretty cool.
Listen, I wouldn't mind getting Keith Lee back in WWE. Like, if he can still go how he was, that'd be cool. Speaking of people who can go like that, real quick, did you hear about that new NXT signing?
Oh, Evil?
I think it's like
the Japanese wrestler?
Something. Nah, it's I think he's British. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's what he is.
But the one that appeared on NXT yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. What's his name? I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't think of it right now. This sucks. My brain is failing me.
Hold up, everyone. Want to get the names of these wrestlers so you guys know who we're referring to. Okay.
Yeah, literally, because if not,
there was a lot of debuts yesterday on NXT. Okay.
All right, let's see. And so far, I can't find anything with the guy.
I know exactly what you're talking about, so I'm gonna pull up the WWE.
I literally
Instagram.
can't find. Yeah, maybe there.
Just bear with us for 1 second, everyone. As we're gonna get
my fault, yo. We just trying to get this info correct. Matter of fact, in the meantime, too, hold on. Let me go turn on my light.
Oh, come on, he's not popping up.
Hit my toe.
Right. I go to the NXT. It's bothering me because he finally got brought to NXT and I can't think of his name.
Wait, what happened?
He finally came to NXT and I can't think of his name.
Yeah, I literally and I'm not finding anything with him either on their page.
I know it's not Charlotte
But
Hill.
I did find a video of Jacob Fatu. We can definitely talk about that too as well. That was mad redundant.
Oh, what happened on Raw?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can get. Oh wait.
Oh no, it's like a low Umaga in there.
I'll say what mixed with Haiku.
I'm just
Umaga
waiting
and
for him to bite
Haiku
some.
with the tongue and grip that he applied on Roman Reigns.
He literally sunned Roman Reigns. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
He did.
Jacob Fatu,
He
be
took
that
him
guy.
out. And do you even know how that move started?
Nah, how?
It was a grip by Haiku that when Haiku had to grip someone at the bar, and that's exactly what he did. He applied that hold, and the guy could not get out. And you know, Haiku, if for you guys that don't know Haiku, he's tugging wrestler back. Used to wrestle back in the day, in the 90s, I believe. In the 90s, he used to wrestle, and he was one guy he just did not want to mess with. Like, he was so scary that even Andre the Giant was scared of him.
Yeah.
And
We
he
talking
got
about
into a
Andre
bar
the
fight, and he
Giant.
applied that tongue and grip, and that's how he brought it to WWE.
Question, real quick. So, with Jacob Fatu, right? Do you think that because this has been a question that I wanted to ask, and like talking about this reminded me of it, so I'm so glad that we came down this road. Zilla Fatu, is he joining Jacob? Yes or no? You think that's ever gonna happen?
Ooh, I want to say maybe one day. I don't know about right now. Right now, I don't think it's going to happen. But when he does debut, I think it is going to be alongside Jacob Fatu. And the only reason why I said that is because their history back in the Indies. It just makes sense for Jacob to introduce him to the main roster than someone like Roman Reigns, because Jacob, I mean, we don't know how they are in real life, but in terms of wrestling in the pro wrestling world, Jacob and Zilla have history together through the Indies, and they wrestled
Yeah.
together. So it just makes more sense. A lot of back history that we have seen. Yeah, that's my thoughts.
I would hope
How about you?
it wouldn't. I would hope too that like it wouldn't be now, just because like, again, like I was saying earlier. See, I told y'all we'd get to it. The bloodline storyline that they got going on right now, I'm not with it at all. Let's not do this again, please. I don't want another like 4 years of the bloodline. I just don't. What else can you do? Like, how many times is this gonna be Roman treating his family like trash, and then all of a sudden, yo, I love y'all. You know what? Yeah, matter of fact, you ain't do nothing for real, for real. Yeah, for real, for real, you always been big dog. Like,
Yeah, like
and then like my thing too is that nepotism line. Didn't didn't Jay Uso fight Roman for the title?
correct.
Was that not nepotism as well then, or does that only apply to Jacob? I'm not understanding. See, and this is what I'm saying. This whole
So
bloodline, like it don't make sense.
So I do want to agree with you about that, because I don't know why I said it like that. I agree with you.
I know. I was like, I'm waiting for the butt.
I don't want to say it like that. But I do want to. I mean, I do agree with you, because I got a little annoyed when Jacob came up and he wants to step up, and then like the Usos were looking at him like, "Yeah, what you doing?" And I'm like, I was like, Jay Uso, you did the same thing. You stepped up against you stepped up against Roman Reigns. What's wrong with Jacob Fatu doing it?
Yeah, literally. Oh yeah, you need to earn that respect, bro. Did you not do the? Huh?
Yeah, I'm like,
I'm just.
I'm
Don't
like,
get me
really?
wrong. Well, nah. I'm trying to be nice and like I wanna say good things about Jey Uso. Oh no, I know, cancel me, whatever. But like, I just I can't, bro. It's hard. Like I can't take Jey Uso seriously. I just can't. And now he can definitely convey emotion, like in his promos and things like that. But I feel like it'd be the same. It all just be the same. Just entrance, run it back, couple words, yeet, run it back. It's like I can't take Jey Uso seriously. If there's gonna be a Uso that I'm gonna take seriously, it's Jimmy. And I've always taken Jimmy more seriously than Jay. And honestly, I wish their match at WrestleMania was a lot better because, like, yeah, they can go. I just moral
Yeah,
of
it
the story:
was definitely underwhelming.
Jacob needs absolutely. Super Kick Party was crazy.
Um,
Moral of the story: Jacob need to win the title. Roman need to stop complaining because it really just sound like you scared, my boy. Anyway, you listen. I'm just saying, like, if Punk had you on the ropes, what you think Jacob gonna do, bro? Like, come on, let's be real here.
that's
You
facts.
don't have like Roman got nothing on Jacob, and y'all could say whatever y'all want. Roman is not doing no backflips, no moonsaults or nothing like Jacob be doing. That's insane.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
somebody
yeah.
that boy size, like, why are you moving like that, bro? That's terrifying. Bro, that was part of what made Bray Wyatt scary. Like, that's what makes Brock Lesnar scary. Why are you, bro, you too big to be moving that fast. That's not normal.
He is
You too
different.
big to be moving the way you do in general, like doing flips and everything. Man, I'm not even the biggest person, and like I've lost a good chunk of weight, but I don't even feel comfortable trying to backflip. Mm-mm.
Same.
Not gonna happen on a trampoline. Not gonna happen.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about someone else doing it, but we ain't going to do it.
See, see, Javi know what he talking about. Listen, I mean, hey, real quick. Sidetrack. This is a little sidetrack. I'm sorry. I'm feeling real. I'm
You're
feeling real
good.
social right now. Would you ever be a stuntman?
Say that one more time.
Would you ever be a stuntman? Because I
No.
know you like we talked about on the last podcast. You were training to be a professional wrestler, so you had to take some bumps. You know what I mean? So like, would you ever consider doing it? All right, let's say, what's your price to do that for a job? What would be your price
Dang. If I had to be a
if you
stuntman
got paid
for,
hourly?
it's hourly.
Yeah, because I'm
I
trying to
said,
think,
give
how would we
me,
even
give
like
me at
negotiate?
least. If you pay me, I'll do it for any price. But I'll say, give me at least like 40 to 50 an hour.
You said 50 an hour?
Yeah, like 40 to 50.
Okay, you know what? That's not bad. That's not bad.
I was like, I just gotta do little bumps. I was like, I could do that. But what I want to know, but hey, if you need me to take a bump for someone, I got you. Just don't ask me to do it every time.
Plus 40 to 50 an hour. If you only gotta take like one bump in like a whole shift, I'm not mad at that because you still getting paid for that whole time.
Exactly.
Yeah, wrestlers are essentially like stuntmen.
Wait, say that
I
again.
can't do it. I said wrestlers are essentially like stuntmen.
They
And that's
are.
not like I don't mean that in a respectful way either. I like that kind of sounds like, oh yeah, y'all are just a joke. No, that's not at all how I mean that. I have a lot of respect for professional wrestlers because the amount that like the amount just the amount of like what's the phrasing? I can't English today. English is hard and it's my primary language.
It's all good.
Man, sucks. Nah, but like, yeah, I can't English, bro. I'm gonna let my boy Javi take over because yeah, he got his grammar.
It's all good, bro.
Bro, yeah, I
I'd be
literally
messing
like
up. Um,
yeah,
but I kind of
it's
want to circle
wild. Like, and then
back. Oh no, go ahead, go
yeah,
ahead.
no, you good.
Oh no, so I want to circle back because I found out the name of that British wrestler that debuted
Oh,
yesterday on
word. Okay,
NXT.
bet.
His name is Will Cruz.
Perfect.
Is that
What
who
up?
you're referring to?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I was right. I think I said Will. Maybe I might have said Will. I know I said Cruz for sure. But yeah, that guy. Like, that's another example. Perfect example. What we were just talking about. Like, why are you moving like that for somebody that big? That's insane to me. That's scary.
That's what I'm saying. I'm actually excited for him to
Like,
be to see what he does.
bro, that's gonna be.
I wonder if he's
I'm
gonna be
just
like
saying.
another
I see him
Gunther.
at future.
I wonder if he's
Think
gonna be like
about it.
another Gunther.
Oof. I hope not. I'd rather just see like a Bronson Reed versus Bronson Reed. I'm
He
tired of
looks like a
that.
Bronson Reed. He's built like Bronson
Word,
Reed,
yeah.
like the Bronson Reed now, the Bronson Reed that lost weight.
Feel like Bronson Reed is crazy. I'm writing that in my insult book.
So yeah, Jacob Roman, looking forward to their match. I hope Jacob wins, but they're probably gonna give it to Roman. But it's okay because I'm looking to the future and seeing Roman's end game, and he's not the answer to the ruler. But
Okay, I was gonna say, where you going with this? Cause we not. No, tired of Roman. I'm a.
it's all right. Obafemi, he will do the job for us. But
Oh,
so
after what Rock, yeah, no, I'm scared of what he's gonna do to Roman. I'm just
there's also something kind of different that I want to bring up, and this was on the news today. What's today? Today, yeah, today's the 29th. So
yeah.
we know the CEO and TKO president Mark Shapiro. And I definitely want to hear your thoughts about this. I'll share my thoughts as well. He explained that Nick Khan and Triple H are using AI for storylines with the WWE. They look for what's resonating, what superstars are resonating, and what pockets of the country are they resonating. And then he went on to say that helps us with obviously our content, our editorial, our creative, our mapping, our touring, and of course maximizing revenue and getting our product to our fans most in need of it. So would you like me to share my thoughts first, or you want to share your thoughts first?
Yeah, I'll let you go first this time.
Okay, so
Yeah,
so when it comes, when it just comes to
yeah,
just of
like
AI, and just like even in my, workplace, working in higher education, when it comes to AI, AI is here, and I don't see anything wrong with using it as a tool. And I can see how this could be beneficial for them, but I don't want them, when it comes to creative, I don't want them losing sight of relying on AI and the human mind, the human creativity, what makes it so special. That AI will not be able to give. They could just give you like a plain, but the human mind, we could just create something so beautiful. As we've seen, like with people like Matt Hardy, the Hardys, Bray Wyatt, even like Vince McMahon when it came to the Undertaker, that was the character that he created. But these larger than life characters and stories that can be created just off, the human mind, the human creativity. And I think just bringing out, relying on AI, I think that's going to throw it away. So I'm not a big fan about that. So I just hope they don't rely
Yeah,
on it too much and have it like, oh, AI is just gonna do everything, make it easier. Because then the product, I think over time, then the product is gonna feel, not have that special feel, kind of just have a repetition.
it's gonna feel dystopian
Yeah, doesn't feel real.
because
Doesn't feel like anyone put their creativity into it. Every person, when it comes to the characters, they bring in their own creativity. They bring in their own creativity in the creative room if you have the right people. Um, Relying on AI is going to take that away, and as you said, it's going to become dystopian. That's how I feel about it.
very
I feel like we're going to agree.
yeah yeah. I was pretty much about to say like yeah. So first, we definitely agree because it's bro. Triple H has been in WWE for how long? What is the point of using AI? Bro, there's no way that you can't think of like some type of storyline, at least something good. But no, it's just been just we gonna use AI for this, we're gonna use AI for this, we're gonna use AI for this. Now we're gonna charge y'all more to we're gonna charge y'all on different platforms to watch our stuff. But guess what? It's not getting any better. Our product is actually getting worse. Storylines suck. There's basically no reason for storylines because we just don't have any good ones. It's it's a mess. It's WWE is unfortunately in a lot of ways a shell of its former self, and that is sad to see and sad to say because as much as I don't want to admit it, I don't necessarily enjoy it all like that anymore. And wrestling has been such a big part of my life, so to see that the company that I've followed for so long is just getting worse and worse, it's sad.
And it's sad to
I
see if they relied on AI, which I feel like this may have happened if they relied on AI for Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes, because it didn't. They
yeah,
could like you can't tell me you could have take of a good story between them two wrestlers with a lot of history that haven't wrestled since what like early 2010s. They have
literally,
interacted.
yeah.
Like, all those years went by. Cody did a lot of things. Randy did a lot of things. Randy Orton turning heel. You can't tell me that you can't create a story based off that. And Randy Orton, becoming the bad guy. Like, there's a lot that you could be upset, like mad at Cody for. Cody left WWE. He came back. You could be like, oh, you're given the golden spoon because then you're handed everything. You were the top guy, and I was here for years. Like, something as simple as that. Of course, they can make it a lot more interesting, but boom, right there. That's like a good, easy setup that I didn't need AI for. But these guys have so much history. You couldn't think of anything if you relied on AI and AI told you, oh, bring in Pat McAfee and Jelly Roll. No disrespect to them.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know they love the business, so I respect them always, ready to go, put their bodies on the line. But come on now, they better not do this with Jacob and Roman.
I was gonna say, I feel like one way they can kind of get their momentum back is actually write decent storylines for the upcoming show. Like, bro, I don't care about backlash. Like, I'm sure it's gonna be good, but I just
I even
like
know I
I
know I only could recall one match. We're probably gonna see Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams again. Eventually, you have to bring Carmelo
I'm not
Hayes.
mad at that.
You have to bring Carmelo Hayes back into the fold. He got done dirty for sure. So we're probably gonna see that a lot. It's gonna be them three for a couple months. But I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't.
which because they got good chemistry within the ring.
Obafemi. I think the open challenge is cool to get him instead of having him fight jobbers. He can fight actual stars that can help build him. But it would have been cool to see him in a story. I think a person that he could have that could have stepped up to him, and maybe there's something they could be setting it up for. And I'm not even gonna say Omos. That could happen soon, but I'm not gonna say Omos yet. I want to see
Oh, so
Sheamus and Oba get that bang of a match. I think Sheamus is the right guy to go against Oba. A big guy, you know, Sheamus is a brawler, a big Irish brawler, the Celtic warrior, and he's the perfect person to go against Oba Femi after his win against Brock Lesnar. Someone who could, you know, potentially give him a run for his money, and of course, Oba should be the one to go over, but Sheamus could put on good matches, and I think them two can create such a beautiful match.
Man, you know who created a beautiful match? Us. WWE, hire us. You don't gotta worry about using AI. Yeah, you gotta pay us, but like think about it.
Exactly.
It's worth it, bro, for real. It's an investment. You gotta look at it in the way of like it's just going you mean I
Exactly.
got nothing
Like
for real. I try to
hire us.
I tried.
No, they do need to hire us. And eventually, when we, you know, we're gonna talk about it. By the way, guys, we are doing an introduction video, which we are gonna be recording after this. But that's gonna be posted on a YouTube account. But when we talk about our intro and our plans, you know, we want to use our creativity, and we'll talk a little bit about that in our intro video, introducing our channel, what's to come. But you know, we could put our creativity out there. Then maybe WWE is like, hey, you'd like to come join us. But
Too bad. Yeah.
and if you look, a bunch of different YouTubers, even the ones that we follow, like Parts Unknown, you know, What Culture, a lot of other ones. I know Wrestling Days, I watch from time to time. Payana Productions, a bunch of different, you know, a lot of different YouTubers and streamers that focus on talking about WWE, but rebooking stories and like, oh, let's book it better. And you can see their creativity. They didn't need AI for that, and they booked some like very, very great stories. I remember the Mark Henry Hall of Pain. They rebooked it. I was like, oh, this is actually fire.
Yeah, Hall of Pain, one of the greatest storylines ever. Let's just get that out the way.
The Hall of Pain era. Even, you know, I want to talk about, you know, when Bray Wyatt returned. Like, I was thinking about bringing back Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt and what they can do. You know, the potential that their feud could have. So, definitely sad. Hopefully they don't rely on AI too much. I can see, you know, just for like target areas and all that, but they need to focus on keeping their storylines authentic.
I'd give them the benefit of the doubt if they didn't prove me wrong every time. And that's the part that also sucks. Like, I just have a very hard time believing that.
And we don't know that.
Honestly, half of the stuff that has been spewed out by TKO and anybody on the board. Like, I'm going a little bit of a rant here. Real quick. Is that cool if I go on a little bit of a rant?
Go ahead.
Fat.
This is why we have this.
WWE, I know I told you to hire us. After this, you might feel a little some type of way about it, but hear me out. Get it together, because listen, what is going on? Everything feels very repetitive. It feels like nothing has changed. Like, you get rid of all these other wrestlers that you can start adding into these storylines, that you can make new storylines with, that you can just showcase in general. But no, we get the same people every single time. And don't get me wrong, I love seeing CM Punk back in WWE. I love seeing like him and Roman. That was good. Seth Rollins, what they're doing is pretty cool right now. Like, it's good, but we need something new. We need something different. We need something that's just nothing. I don't feel like anybody even really sticks out all like that anymore. Like when you think back to like when I started watching, you had you had people, you had Edge and Christian, you had the Hardy Boys, you had Chris Jericho, you had the Dudley Boys, you had Kane and Undertaker, you had like Ken Shamrock, you had like all these people, Rey Mysterio, like the list goes on, right? Why can't I name all these people? Batista, see, like there's more people keep popping up in my head. I can name all these people, but now, bro, I can't name half of the roster. I can't even name like a quarter of it, to be honest. And that's like that's sad to me, cause it's like, dang, like what happened to the the product, like the product that I loved as a kid, the product that like me and my cousins were into, where they got us to wrestle in the backyard, like just man, like that's literally they were my introduction to wrestling, and I'm always gonna be grateful for that. I want to be able to like experience how wrestling made me feel for the first time, for the first
Exactly.
time again, or just even get like a sense of like, oh wow, like I don't know, the whole thing is just frustrating. I really wish that TKO never bought WWE. I don't now. Do I think that if that never happened, that things would be different? That's kind of a 50-50 because like Triple H has shown that he could book, unless another little quick conspiracy. Maybe Vince McMahon got to say in some things going on there that they're just trying to avoid anybody knowing.
Or we just
But
TKO themselves
yeah,
too.
I just like. Do you okay? Off the top of your head right now, tell me what you think could make for a good storyline. Like just quick and easy. It doesn't have to be a complex story, nothing crazy. But like, just think of something real quick and tell me what you think of.
Okay. Should I name wrestlers or just throw it out there?
Yeah, yeah. If you want to name wrestlers, for sure. Yeah, whatever works best.
Yeah. So keep it. I always like keeping it simple. You have a character. You have the hero and the bad guy. The bad guy could be someone who's terrorizing the WWE by themselves. This a beast like, and not Brock Lesnar, but like a beast like character that he's just running through everyone. He's attacking people. He's just a jerk. Like he cheats, and everyone in his he when he goes into the ring, he just wants to destroy everyone he steps in the ring with. So it gets to a point where you can start building up, like, oh, this guy is destroying everyone. That there's no contender left, and then he beats whoever that good guy is, whoever that's winning that title. Then he beats them, and then instead of looking for like searching for his prey could come to him, and he defeats them until there's this guy, a potential superhero type wrestler who could bring this guy down. And how's he gonna do it? Like this guy's like the champion is indestructible, unbeatable. He beat everyone in his way by himself. He single-handedly destroyed everyone that stepped in the ring with, and he doesn't care about being in the Hall of Fame or getting respect from his peers, getting respect for Hall of Famers. All he cares about is being the only one on top of the food chain. So, and then you have to build up this superhero to be the guy to take him down. And this could be, get taken down to WrestleMania, and it's a big, a big win for him. So that's just a
Yeah,
quick storyline that I had off the top of my head. I hope that's pretty cool.
yeah. Like, and that, see, thank you because that goes to like that just goes to show what do you need AI for? You see how quick we just came up with this, and even for another example. And I mean, I guess this one isn't too fair because the guy's been doing it for years. But like, I've heard Jim Cornette come up with storylines like that instantly.
Exactly.
And you telling me that a room full of writers and people who are or were wrestlers cannot like they can't come up with it? I don't.
Exactly. Shoot, that storyline right there. It uses to the women's division. Put Raquel as that monstrous heel, and then they could build up. You could build up a new star by having someone defeat her. Not only is she's a new star,
Yeah.
but then you could build up a new star, and not someone who's already established like Liv Morgan or Rhea Ripley or Bianca Belair, but get someone new, a fresh face. As Raquel defeats everyone, get someone that could overcome the odds and defeat her. And that's how you create a huge baby face, because then everyone's going to be rooting for this new one. They're a new person, and two, they want to see the champion get taken down, and a champion that hasn't been. I know earlier I said like cheating, but like no, the champion that hasn't been cheating to win, they're just indestructible. And then boom, create a new star right there.
Ooh, I was gonna say, because I was gonna preface my sentence with hot take, but like that's one thing we should do on stream or on video too, like do different wrestling hot takes.
We should. We should.
I feel like that would be fun.
But is there like anything else that you would want to talk about for this?
I mean, like, yeah, no, like, there's not a whole lot that happened.
I think there's some things that you brought up, which I was like, no, we needed like a stream just to focus on that, which we'll talk about. But I think that I like that you asked that question, and I think we should definitely do like storylines. Like, hey, let's plan out these storylines. We'll talk about this more in our intro video about our ideas, but I think that'll be pretty cool.
Let's do it. Fantasy booking would be fire. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, fantasy booking. That'd be tough.
Yeah, we should definitely do that.
But I guess we can wrap it up. This stream, episode 3. I just want to thank everyone for joining us today. Really appreciated this video. We will post it on YouTube. Again, if there's echoing, I apologize. I had technical difficulties with my headphones, so I have to get that fixed. It was working until it wasn't. I'm like, really? So eventually that will be solved. But I want to thank everyone for listening today. If you just stopped in quick and watch some of it, that's fine. We are appreciative of the views, and we'll definitely post this on YouTube. I have to post the last episode on YouTube because I found out it didn't upload. So a couple of things to post on YouTube. Joa, anything you'd like to add as we close off?
I just want to say thank y'all so much for watching. Like, I appreciate y'all genuinely, because this is something that we honestly could, like, we already know, like, this could go either way. This could either go really well for us and blow up and we do something with this, or this can end up dead in the water. And that's not to be negative about it, but that's to be realistic about it. And the reality is that we already have people viewing us, you know what I mean? Like, that's a little crazy to me. So I truly am appreciated for that. And I want to say, I will always be here to talk crap about wrestling. I love wrestling, but I will talk my crap about it. So if y'all like it, listen, tune in, because I got plenty more to talk about.
We got a lot. We got a lot to say.
Literally. WWE been pissed me off a little bit.
Yeah. And eventually, if people have to say otherwise, we love to hear what they gotta say. If they're not agreeing with what we're saying. And we gotta let them know, I hear you, I understand you, but let me stop. But we right, no.
Let me tell you why you wrong.
But thank you guys for joining. Please be on the lookout for our intro video that we're going to be recording, and have a great rest of your day. Wrestle Ringside out.